Last month, I had to move down to the smallest stakes in live poker. But after an incredible sun run involving a slow roll, a heads up battle, and drilling huge hands constantly, I won over $5,000 that very same week. And after some off-camera grinding, I once again have the bankroll to play 2-5 comfortably. Now, the goal is what it has been for the past year. Become a winning regular at the 1025 game here in Dallas. But first, I have to conquer the mid-stakes. Today I'm in the game for $1,000. Let's run it up. Now, I don't know how they do things at your local poker room, but we play double board PLO bomb pots every dealer change in Texas. I've been getting torched on these all year, but I'm not a quitter. I've got 2 pair up top and an open ender on the bottom. The player before me bets $50. For a larger size, I'd fold, but this is small enough to keep me and I guess everybody else at the table interested. There's still 7 of us to the turns. We fill up on top and hit our straight down below. I don't have the nuts on either, but I'm at least close. The same bettor from before now pots it, and this is tricky with 5 players left to act behind me. I'm not loving it, but surely I have the best hand on at least one of these boards. I go all in, and I'm thrilled to see everyone fold to the potter who calls. Rivers are mostly fine, and we get a great result. He had Jack 10 5-3, so we win the top and chop the bottom. A very nice profit that sends the stack up to 1.7K just 15 minutes into the session. Then we pick up a suited ace on the button. The straddle's on, and the same guy from last hand raises to 50. I'm the only one who calls, and we flop trips. He bets out $75, and with my kicker, I really can't raise, so I just call. Turns another 10, absolutely love that. Now we won't get coolered by a bigger ace. He slows down and checks, and well, I don't think it's worth betting. He'll probably fold if I do, so I check, and the last card's the Jack of Clubs. He goes for $275 now, and I think there's nothing to do here but call. No way he'll call worse if I raise, and of course, I'm not folding. I think we'll chop a lot when I call, but he actually rivered a straight. For a second there when I saw the King of Clubs, I thought he might have had the royal flush, but nope. Everything's going well early, and I've doubled my buy-in already. Then we see the first monster of the day. There's a raise to 25 with 2 callers, and I make it 140 out of the big blind. Not big enough, I guess, as all 3 of them call. Lots of money in the middle. Ace King flops a pair about 35% of the time. And this is one of those times. I see bet 180, and the original raiser pre-flop goes all in for just slightly more. The other 2 guys end up folding, and I'm more than happy to put in the extra $10. We wind up improving to 2 pair, but turns out all we really needed to dodge was a 10. Just an hour and a half into the game, and I already need a color up. Then it's my turn to get ace queen. I raise it up, the player on my left raises that raise, and the player on his left calls that re-raise. And it's back on me. I want a 4-bet, but the cold caller could be trouble. Not really sure, I just call. We don't flop anything, but we do have some potential, especially holding the ace of diamonds. The pre-flop 3-better fires $65 again, the next guy calls again, and like I said, we have potential and can bluff if a diamond comes. I call the small bet, but the turn doesn't help us either. This time, everybody checks. Well, we got to see all 5 cards, but none of them helped. I check, middle position checks, but the low jack doesn't. He goes all in. Pretty weird. He checked back the flop, but now he overbet jams the river. I think ace high might have him beat, but holding the ace of diamonds sucks because I block a lot of his bluffs, but he doesn't really have much value either, right? Pocket jacks, pocket tens, maybe just 110. It doesn't really add up in my head, but I'll believe him this time. I fold, middle position folded 2 and said he had a missed flush draw, so knowing that, I don't think low jack was bluffing, but we'll never know for sure. Up next, I open my first pocket pair of the day and get 1 caller before the small blind rips it all in for 260. Now, this guy's been pretty unpredictable in his short time at the table. I think I've got a call with the 7s. The cutoff folds, and we both show our cards. He's got ace jack, so we've got a flip on our hands. Flops clean, and the turn is euphoric. So we win the first battle with seat 2, but trust me, that war is just getting started. And it continues now. I wake up with the Cowboys in the straddle. Seat 2's back in the game with a limp. Another player makes it 40 and I make it 165 with the second best hand in the game. Seat 2 calls and so does the original raiser, so 3 of us in the mix. Now, I know you know what I'm feeling in this moment. Please don't let there be an ace on the flop. These guys both have just a pot size bet behind, so the only thing I don't want to see is an ace, and yeah, of course. Well, I think we can still put out a small bet. Would love to take it down right now, but maybe we can get called by worse too. Seat 2 sticks around. Turns a 7, making the board a lot more dynamic. He only has about $300 left, but at this point, I'm pretty convinced he has an ace. I check. He jams. And as painful as it is, I gotta let these boys go. He shows ace 5 of clubs, so not only did he have us beat, but he had the absolute world after that turn. No big deal though, I'm still doing well. I call a $15 open with pocket 5s before the cutoff raises the price of admission to $75. Inflation's a bitch, but I, along with seat 2, make the call. 3 of us in the mix to 10-6-3 2 clubs. I was in a no set, no bet mood, but after they both checked and the turn's another low card, I think I have the best hand and need to protect it. I lead out for 130, but the pre-flop aggressor makes the call. I still think I'm good, just need to dodge a face card and definitely an ace on the river, which instead comes a 5. Well, now I got a value bet. I go for 360, but he folds fairly quickly, so I'm 90% sure that he had ace king and that set at the end was just overkill. The very next hand, I win about $40, which isn't a big deal, except it means that I'm heating up coming into my straddle.
He's heating up!
I don't really know if beer pong rules are a thing in poker, but let's just pretend they are. I've got king 9 offsuit and 3 players limp to me. I don't raise and we flop top pair. I bet $30, which only seat 9 calls right next to me. Turn makes the board super dynamic and I want to charge all the draws that he might have. So I pot it to $100. Wouldn't mind winning right here, but he starts stacking a lot of chips.
You not nervous? Yeah, you're nervous, right?
That was too greedy, man. You wouldn't bet that much.
Okay, he was just goofing around, but 3 hands won in a row means that we are on fire.
He's on fire!
And the stack's up to a session best 2.9k. And fellas, this might be a huge night as I pick up aces the next orbit. I want to put in a big squeeze, but instead everybody limps to me. I make it 80, and I guess that's not enough. We go 5 ways to a flop that is very dangerous for my aces. I decide to check and see what everybody does. Might put in a check raise if it feels right, but that doesn't feel right at all when seat 2 overbets to $500. It folds to me and this is pretty sick. I have the ace of clubs, so what exactly are his bluffs? Is he overplaying top pair? I really don't think so, so as crazy as it seems, I'm just gonna fold the best starting hand in poker to 1 bet. After I do, seat 2 flashes his hand. Not sure if he can make it out from this angle, but that's king 9 of spades, so I'm happy I folded, but the problem is he flashed his cards when the player to my left still had his. It didn't end up mattering though, as seat 9 folded also.
You didn't see he showed his cards, like when I folded.
Did he really?
Yeah. That's why I was wondering, you're still thinking about it. Like.
I didn't see his card.
Yeah.
Snap folded.
Yeah.
That's all his card.
I've had aces and kings in quick succession, and I get queens too. But nobody wants to play this time, and I just win $12. Then we get ace jack of hearts. I 3-bet an open and get cold called right behind me. This is a new player, by the way, not the same guy from before. The original raiser folds, so it's just the 2 of us to a very dry flop. I think a small bet with my whole range makes sense here, and he calls that small bet. Turn changes everything. Now I've got the nut flush draw, and I'm committed to get him to fold every pocket pair. I size up to 150, but he calls again. Can I get bailed out by the river? A heart, an ace, even a jack would be good, but nope, absolute brick. Okay, I probably can't get him to fold a queen, but he has tons of pocket pairs like 9s, 10s, jacks in his range. I've had aces, kings, and queens already today. I just don't have him this time, but he doesn't know that. I bet $425. Please fold, please fold, please fold. Oof.
You're good. Nice hand.
Scary run out for me.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, I watch your vlogs too much.
Nah, you're good. I needed a heart.
Do I really bluff that much? I mean, this is the first big bluff I've tried all day. If you were playing with me, would you call me down with a pair of fives too? Surely, I'm not that easy to beat, right guys? Anyways, I'm still up $1,000 on the session and pick up ace queen again. I raise it up and get called by seats 9 and 2, the two guys I can't beat so far. The flop's not us, and I check it to the button who bets 25. Big blind calls and I call too. I still have potential and could even have the best hand so far. Turns another 6, so now everybody has at least trips. Action checks to the button again, and this time he bets 90. Big blind makes another call, and look, I know I just said I don't actually bluff that much, but surely this is a good spot to do it. It's very reasonable that I'd slow play a big pair up to this point, so as long as neither of these guys have quads, we should be able to get this one through. In my head, I tell myself I have aces and raise to 310. We get the bluff through one player, now we just need seat 2 to fold. I haven't beaten him in hours, but maybe this is the way I can do it. Or not. He calls, and the river's the 9 of diamonds. So a straight flush is possible now too. I'm not sure if I should just check it back or bet $1,000. Does he just always have quads when he sticks around this long? Or could he just have a 5 or a pocket pair like 7s or 8s? But then we get some more information. He leads out for $500, and yeah, I'm pretty sure he has quads, so I fold my hand a street too late, and he does confirm that he had quads. Very nice hand, and after being up nearly $2,000 a couple hours ago, I'm barely up at all now. But I keep getting dealt great starting hands. This time it's pocket jacks. I 3-bet an open and get called by not just him, but the button as well. Haven't had the best flops with my big pairs today, and this one is the worst of them all. It's ace king 4 all clubs. I don't even have the jack of clubs in my hand. Just a complete disaster, so I check fold. Button wound up winning with ace 10, and under the gun actually had queens with the queen of clubs. So that could have been worse if he decided to 4-bet me pre-flop. Okay, let's switch it up and play 7 deuce. Okay, I didn't do anything crazy. I only had to put in $3 more from the small blind to play it. But this doesn't work either.
I tried to, play one of your hands. It didn't work.
So then I try king jack suited. I get 3-bet by my new nemesis over there in seat 2 and make the call. Flop is bad unless we can hit a 10. He lets me see a free card, but it's no use. He bets now, I fold, and he shows queens. Man, I cannot beat that guy today. Whether he's got pocket queens or 6 deuce offsuit. Either way, he's got the best hand. I realize that now, so I rack it up. Halfway through the day, I thought this could be a huge night, but I got greedy when perhaps I should have been fearful. One of these days though, I'm gonna win it all, and I can't wait to share that with you when it happens.